Hello, and thank you for joining me for another Carla's review. And we are reviewing today a Dalstrong Shogun Series X chef knife. And as usual, the normal Dalstrong quality packaging that they have. And this is a VG10 Japanese super steel knife with hammerhead tsunami finish. So we're going to go ahead and open this up really quick. And as I always comment when I'm opening the packaging, that this is just ideal packaging for giving this as a gift. If you have that person who thinks they are a chef in their own right, such as myself, this would be a perfect gift for them. And I own so many of them that I've been talking about giving one of my own to a friend. Not this particular knife, of course, because I haven't gotten to experience it as much as I would want to. But I have considered sharing. I'm going to go ahead and open this up. And you see right there where it has the name and the Dalstrong emblem, which, like I said, I love this packaging. It comes with your keychain with the logo, your cleaning blade, your nice and beautiful, colorful instruction manual, which tells you just different things about the knife and information about your handle here. Just different information about the different various knives and products and cutting techniques and so forth. Alrighty, put that out of there. And this is a ultra premium G10 Grow Light handle, which I'm going to show you here, which is heated. It's easy going when it comes to hot and cold temperature. It's military grade. It has a long life of durability, so you don't have to worry about your handle breaking apart and none of that other stuff. Then you have these copper mosaic pins right here that are holding it together, as you see, going down here. I'll bring that closer for you to see there. Alrighty. So just, I'll show you this side here. You always have that little emblem right there, so you know that you're getting the Dalstrong series of quality. And I'm just going to go ahead and take this off, and I love these. I love these covers, these sleeves for the knives. It really helps me when it comes to in my drawer, because I keep all my knives in one drawer, and so I love these. I don't have to worry about cutting my finger. And here is the lovely blade. This is awesome. You got the scalpel-like sharpness, and as you can see here, the blade is very thin. So it's very thin. And you see how sharp that is. It's like a scalpel-like sharpening with an 8 to 12 degree angle per side. I just love this. Look at that. I want you to get a good view of that. And I mean, just look at the back here. That's awesome. And as you can see, this is just one single piece going down. And this is quality when you see that, because you don't want knives that are put together right here where your feet, your anything you're cutting, meat, vegetables, will get, water will get down in there and bacteria will grow. You don't want that. And this is 67 layers here of Damascus sharpened, and there's a 3-step method they use to get this as sharp as they have it. And I don't want to touch the blade, but I just want you to try to get a good look at that so that when you're looking to make your purchase, you have a good idea of what you're buying. And this blade is actually 55 millimeters wide. I just love the touch of that. And it actually has etchings on there with the symbol. It's not just stamped on there, that's etched into the blade, which is awesome. I'm going to move this out of the way. And this is rust and corrosion resistant. This has a hand polished spine. And the blade is tapered for minimal slicing resistance, and it's non-stick. It's easy to clean. You're just going to wipe it. It's not that big of a deal. So I'm going to bring over my new cutting board. It's a little bit smaller than the other one I had, but sometimes when you think you're buying a quality board, it's just not meant to be. So I had to invest in another one, which I don't mind because I actually like this one. So I'm going to go ahead and, as you can see, no problem there. And I know I could slice this differently, but I actually just care to slice mine this way. It makes it easier to peel for me. So. Wish there was like this, #1 secret to onions. I know I've seen videos about, oh, you should always run them under water when you're cutting them, but that has not actually worked for me, so I don't do it. I just try not to get my eyes anywhere near them because I do not want to cry while cutting up an onion, especially not while I'm doing this review on the knife. Makes it seem like I'm sad about the knife, which I'm actually not. I love this knife. Alrighty, I'm going to set that off to the side here. And that. Put all that on our onion. And we can decide how we do it here. Very easy. It goes through. And I'm no expert when it comes to cutting and chopping the onion, but I've always believed a measure of a good knife is how well it chops. And a lot of people love to eat and cook onion, so what better to use? I've seen people do the little trick with the tomatoes, and well, I have not learned how to do that yet, so I dare not try. But as you can see, these onions are finely chopped. And also something else that I've learned that is awesome when it comes to these chef knives. And I know the emblem is on this side, but I'm actually right-handed, so it would be kind of funky for me to try to cut left-handed. So that's why you don't see the emblem, but it's there. And I know somebody's going to comment, hey, I don't see the emblem, but it's there. It's just I'm right-handed, so when I use it, that's the way it looks. But one thing I like to do, and I've done this with a number of things, I just like to, because if you tip the blade like this, it actually makes for great mincing. And I've done this with garlic, fresh herbs, and you just, so if you want to chop your onions or whatever else down more, I always just put my hand right there on that front end. I'll move this back up here so you can see what I'm doing. And it's just more of a rocking motion, and I notice I'm able to cut things down a lot easier. You see how that's just really reducing in size. And I do this more so, not, I mean, I don't make a lot of things with onion in them, but when my nephews are visiting, everybody knows kids are not really fans of onions or anything like that. So I try to make sure that any onions and peppers or whatever I'm using, that I know that I'm going to have hard time getting those fussy eaters to eat, that I really work it so I can get them chopped as fine as I can. And this just works because they're so fine by the time you're done. When they eat them, they don't even really notice them there because they're not heavy. As you can see, it's just finely chopped. It's a great knife for mincing and just chopping and slicing. You name it, you can do it with this particular knife. Or any other chef knife in this series, which I believe I have them all so far. So when a new one comes out, I'm like super excited to try it and see how it works. And if I can do all the things I like to do. And no, I didn't learn this from any school or anything like that. It's just something that I like to do because, one, my nephews are here a lot, so I like to make sure that they're eating whatever I cook. And so this is just how I do it. And I do this, like I said, with most things that they fits about eating. And if you have just those people, guests that you don't know that may like a lot of onion, and you may like onion in everything that you cook. Dice it up. Just mince it. And it doesn't take the flavor out. It actually really retains the flavor. And it's just awesome. But there you go. And as you can see, how finely chopped. I'll just leave it here and I'll just pull that up. See how chopped up that onion is? And that's just knife. This nice knife does that. So if you want to, and I've done this before with pork, when I needed some like ground pork and I really didn't have time to go out and get it, I would cut it up, pork chops, and I would mince them down. I'd just chop them up and really go over them until I made it myself. And I was using a shelf knife for that. A lot of people always say, oh, well, these knives are built solely for slicing vegetables and those things. No. These knives are useful for many, many more things. I use them for all kinds of stuff. I know, amateur. But I do, and they've not failed me. I love them, and they just are great quality product. Again, I want to thank the great people at Dalstrong for allowing me to review one of their lovely knives. And I will be putting a link to the product page so that you can actually see this knife for yourself, read all the valuable information about it, because you don't want to just take my word for it. Granted, hey, I just showed you what this knife can do. But again, thank you so much for joining me in this Carla review. Have a good night.